Look right there. That is a screenshot of what my Seller Central app looks like after finding a US manufacturer for my brand, okay? 2 years ago in 2023, I started this adventure of becoming a made in the USA Amazon FBA seller, meaning I was no longer gonna source from Alibaba, and I was gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna show the US in my hands, but let's get into it. So yeah, locally, here's the US, that's where I source, and I'm gonna show you how. Getting right into it, I found my manufacturer using a technique that you'll understand by the end of this video, but we're gonna start right here, thomasnet.com. Write this down, or just put it in your URL. thomasnet.com is like the Alibaba for the US. However, there's a big difference. I think it'll actually, what was that? Like almost choked. I think it'll actually help to pull up Alibaba and show you how this is different. So think of Alibaba if all you had access to was like their categories. The way we use Alibaba is not like that. We search for things. And so you might, what do we have? Helium 10 open here. What's on this? Magnets open. Is there any keywords here? No. Okay. I'll have to come up with something off the dome. So let's say you're looking for denim, I don't know, denim tears, whatever that is. Tears. Okay, I'm old. So denim tears, great. And you get a bunch of them. That wouldn't work here, okay? It was just a long way of saying you can't really search by product. You kind of have to look by category. So this is really important. Notice that it says by category, company, or brand. I get some comments on videos where I've talked about Thomasnet in the past. They're like, I cannot find a supplier. Thomasnet does not work. It does work. I can promise you that. It does work. But you have to think about it a little bit differently. And we actually do need a good example where I can showcase this. So let's even say something like recent example with one of my students. Oh, speaking of students, free call winner is Pete Coco. So last week I announced that if you comment Amazon FBA and then why you want to start Amazon FBA, you will win. Pete Coco, you won the free 15-minute call. Email me and we will get started on that call. Also, if you want to enter for a chance to win a free call, we'll do another one. Heck yes, we will. Comment. By the way, I'm not doing it randomly. I'm actually picking my favorite comment for the person I think who needs it most. Make a comment that you think I'll like down below. Somewhere along the lines of why you want to start doing this, why you think a call would be helpful for you. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'll see you next week. Tune back in. Make sure you subscribe so you figure out if you won. So check this out. Category. It doesn't matter which one we're on. Recent example, like I was saying, with a student. Someone was having a hard time finding a packaging manufacturer. Well, here's how it works, right? So instead of looking for like packaging, like look up, if you're looking for bags, look for instance, here's bags, okay? Bags, custom bags, 900 suppliers for custom bags. Okay, and these are actually custom bags in the sense of like, they're not packaging. These are real bags, a lot of these. Some of them aren't, some of them are. Okay, and then once you do that, it's very similar to Alibaba converted to suppliers. So when you search suppliers, you get this breakdown of where it searches the storefronts of the suppliers and shows them to you. That's pretty much the forward-facing interface of Thomasnet, just like that, right? Looks very similar. So one of the best things that I can tell you, piece of advice I can give you, and let's try a couple other things while we're in here. I don't know, maybe go tea. Okay, yeah, tea. There you go. Tea, supplements, herbs, spices. Okay, let's try like tools. Tools and dies, cutting tools, hand tools. Hand tools, okay. Fishing. Fishing equipment, hunting boats, fishing tackle, fishing lures. Tackle. Yeah, start a fishing brand or something. Holders, outrigger, poles, and maybe we'll have to do a whole separate video about this, but you can work backwards. So, hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. I gotta look at the light. If someone comments bless you, there's a chance you might win the free call. Okay, so by the way, okay, got to rein it in. There's a lot to talk about. You can search by category. That's the most effective thing to do. My top tip for you is don't put a product term here. Put the category the product lives in there. One way of doing that successfully might be on Amazon. Scroll down, product description, look at what the category is. Try a couple of those terms. Once you're in here, you can try a couple of these different related categories, and that's a really good way to do it. Now, give me 1 second. I got to go get a PDF for you. Okay, there'll be a link in the description for this. This is my Patreon. In here, it's called free downloads. The package designer, brand building framework, sourcing U.S.A. supplier template. Get this. By the way, you can join. I have a whole. This is $9 a month. Okay, this is not like a big expensive course sale. A 7-day challenge to find your first Amazon FBA product. Boom, 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 boom. There's like hours of content right there. 7 days in a row. Do 1 video a day. Be on a good point. And then we have 29 videos in here. Like interviews with my accountants, lectures and vetting product ideas and what we're doing and how to make your offers. Just like you go check that out. I'm trying to build a community that's affordable and easy for people to come learn. $9 a month. You can check that out. Link in the description. Now that we have that PDF, did I open the PDF? I think I did, right? Yeah, it's right here. Boom. U.S.A. sourcing template. Okay, check this out. So I went informal. Gotta catch my breath. Talking like a sports announcer over here. Come on. So my name is Name. I run a brand called Brand. We are based in Austin, Texas, and we're working to develop a blank product for specific customers. This is context, okay? I think this is really important. Don't tell your whole story, just fill in the blanks, right? There's a format here for a reason. It's readable. It's not intimidating to the person that's reading it. Keep in mind, this is a U.S. manufacturer, okay? This is not a Alibaba manufacturer who has like teams of people working on incoming messages all the time. So we recently came across your website and interested in working with you to source the product with specifications. Below, I have a few questions. If you answer them, that'd be great. Could you provide a quote for blank amount of goods? Do you have the ability to package them with individual units and palletize them in preparation for pickup from our trucks? Our trucks means Amazon's trucks. My phone number is 12345678910. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'd be happy to give you more details. We look forward to hearing from you. What is this? It took me 10 emails and 10 no's to reach someone who connected with the ultimate supplier. Don't give up. Might happen on email 10 or email 100. Hey, that's very good boost of confidence past Paul. Thanks for that note because you kind of stole my thunder. I was going to tell you guys that already, but whatever. Upon response, make the following decision. They immediately admit they won't be able to provide this. Ask them if they know anyone in the business who can. They can potentially do it and they need more details. Book a Zoom call at a specific time within 72 hours. And that's a good time frame because it's, the iron's still hot. You know what I mean? This tip right here is probably one of the best tips I can give you about sourcing in the US is you reach out to everyone you can find in your category on ThomasNet. And however many no's you get, ask them if they know someone in the business who can. Like I said, it took me 10 emails and 10 no's to reach someone who connected me with my ultimate supplier. Don't give up. It might happen on email 10 or email 100. So what I'm saying there is the exact thing that ended up actually happening to me that I showed you the screenshot from, and I'll pull it up live. We'll do it again. This product, I want to keep reinforcing the ability that this is actually possible. That is not from Alibaba. That is from the US. And one of my favorite things about that being from the US is that the lead time is like 10 days. I mean, seriously. I text message my supplier, hey, I want to order again. I always get a, okay, thanks, with like a smiley face. And and then the order goes out a week from the day that I ask for it, literally 7 days. We just had an order go out this past Friday. asked for it the previous Thursday, I think. And then shipping takes somewhere around 3 to 5 days to get to Amazon's warehouse. And then FC transfer starts happening. So we're talking 10 days lead time. Now that depends on the product that you have, but I don't know if people understand yet what a superpower sourcing in the US is. Guess what a lead time that's that low lets me do? Always be in stock and order less inventory to be in stock. So my cash flow is better. I don't have to order 6 months of inventory. I can order 45 days of inventory with a 20, 30 day buffer. So more like 70 days of inventory, right? And just keep sending in those smaller shipments. That's a lot easier on my cash flow, which is great. Makes scaling easy, makes launching new products easy. And the story of how I found my supplier. Couple Zoom calls, couple maybes, reaching out to people. Ultimately what that led to, lots of questions, lots of like doing the form requests on their websites. I could show you that actually. Let me show you how to start the process. It'll be helpful. Okay, we're going to do this one. Let's do this one. Yeah, boom. So usually I like to click into there. You get a contact, a visit website, visit phone number. Just go visit website. Go right to the actual contact. Okay, they're wholesaling. So we don't want this. Quick way to figure that out is the diversity of products they have. Thousands of products and ideas at your fingertips. Yeah, look at this. Overseas sourcing. Well, what the hell? I don't want that. So you'll know when it's not like that. I'll give you an example. It'll be all one category, like produce a specific type of thing. Like this, exactly. So they specifically create cordage for different industries. Yeah. It's not exactly, it doesn't matter that this isn't efficient. We're not actually trying to find a fishing product here. Say this was what we were looking for. And by the way, there's plenty of them back here. I'm just trying to make a point for the video. Contact page. This form submit is generally a good idea to do. Also email them, also call, okay? And you can do those. What I would do, the way that I actually did this, is I put together a list first. So I have a contact list in my Google Drive somewhere that's called suppliers. It was a Google spreadsheet. I would just put the supplier name. I would put their contact information if I contact them, and just a quick note like contacted, waiting for reply, something like that. So I have a way of managing it. I would put together a big list first, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 suppliers. And then come outreach day, well, I would do outreach. So I would reach out to all of the different ones and I would fill that spreadsheet and then just keep tabs on what's going on with those emails, responses, who's responded, who hasn't, booking Zoom calls, etc. to go over it. And be brutally honest with yourself. Are you just being lazy? Is that why you can't find it? I need you to be honest with me. Seriously, because this was something, I wasn't even sharing my screen. Sorry guys. This right here, it wasn't that important. Email, form submit, right? Right here, I clicked on the supplier from this page, and then you go to visit website. Then we found almost all these websites have that contact option. Come in here, first email, or first form submit, then email, then you could even call that phone number. I would definitely call that phone number. And that's it. Request a quote. Probably don't need that yet. Okay, like I was saying. Don't be lazy, okay? You need to do outreach. I don't want to hear I can't find a US supplier if you haven't reached out to 100. Like, that's the kind of numbers that I'm talking about. Then you can start thinking like, maybe this needs to be sourced overseas. Maybe this isn't the right project. Maybe this isn't going to work for this specific product. That's fine, but it does take some effort. I know we're in an age of everything being on this thing. You know what I mean? It's a really funny picture of my girlfriend. Everything's just right there. It's just like scrolling, like melting our brains. Real effort is necessary to start a business, especially a US-based business. You're starting a company, okay? And you're finding a partner for your company to manufacture all of your goods. Okay, if ThomasNet doesn't work for you, final tip is use Google And then use the term contract manufacturer. Now, contract manufacturers kind of do everything in-house, and you do pay a premium, but it's typically easier. You can also start just looking for, you could look for co-packers. That's another term that might be important, meaning you're kind of taking raw materials, maybe sending them to them, and then they're taking care of the packing process and the outbound to Amazon. But if you have any more questions, let me know down below. It's not that hard. It is more just an effort thing in an outreach game, and you have to follow up a lot, and you have to actually work at this a little bit. But like I was saying, let me know if you'd be interested in the video where we maybe start backward from US manufacturers to products on Amazon. That's another way of doing it. Then you'd guarantee you have a US manufacturer, and there's plenty of products that you can find that way too. So anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate you greatly. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right, see ya.